Welcome to Sage and Brush Watercolors, again, lesson 3. Today we should be able to finish this painting, and as you saw, it's so beautiful outside. I had to put that memo outside, and it's true that the beauty of nature is a reflection of your soul, and that's also what you're really putting into your paintings. It's more than just a thinking process. It's very intuitive. So today, first, I put some masket here on this big tree that's in the foreground, just to protect it. And first thing I'm going to do is, with a dry brush, very quickly put a little stone wall in here. And then we're going to switch to just using two colors, the same two colors for pretty much the rest of the painting. Okay, just going to do that dry brush on the side of the brush, using very little water, just mostly paint. And the reason I can get this rough effect is because this paper is rough. It's called a cold press, and so it has some grain to it. I just want to give the indication of a wall here, not paint every stone. Okay. Now the fun part, we really only have to use two colors, cobalt blue and Payne's gray. I'm going to use that for the color of the snow shadows. So I mix it up good. Now, because I want this house to be the center of interest, I want the whitest white to be on the rooftop in here, and the whitest white you can ever use is the paper, just the paper. So I'm going to take just a real light bit of this cobalt blue and Payne's gray, very light right now, and just go over all the white on the paper. Just a tiny, not too dark, just a little bit. And that's just to make this white less white than the rooftop, which I want to be the center of interest, because I don't know how true. I heard one time that white generally is the color that attracts one's eye the easiest. So I want the viewer's eye to end up here at this house. So I protected those two areas. Now we're going to put in some shadows, and I'm using the same colors, that same cobalt blue and Payne's gray mixture on the house and also on the snow shadows. Going down here, it's okay if I miss little areas, that's just bounce light. I know the sun's coming from over here, so this side gets painted, this side gets shadow, and while I'm at it, this side gets shadow, this side gets a shadow, this will get shadow, and up along the house we'll have some shadow of the house. And this wall is going to be in shadow a little bit. That's just for effect, and then put some shadows around here. Light's coming this way, and it's arbitrary where I want to put snow shadows to some extent. This will be a hill here, so we'll put some snow here, shadows here. And this whole area, this hill in the foreground, that's behind the sun. I would consider that kind of in a shadow area, so we'll really put that in here like this. It's okay if you leave some grain too, because that just looks like sparkly snow. Makes it look kind of fresh. We won't work at it too hard. And any other places I want to put shadow? Yeah, I'll switch to a smaller brush. Maybe there's some from that tree going back here. Some back here. Some back here. Some here. And put a little back here. Maybe darken this a little bit. Just to give the effect of snow. And the snow is the white paper. Okay, now, keeping with the shadow, under the eave of the roof, we'll need some. We'll need some here. Need some here. Need some here. Always just keeping in mind where the light's coming from. This part of the roof is pretty far in the back, so it won't be getting much light at all. Same with this snow-covered roof. And now this is a pine tree with snow on it. So some of the snow is going to be white from the light hitting it this way, but in the back areas, the snow is going to be in shadow. So I put a little bit of masket here for where I want to protect it and have white snow. Okay. Let's do this tree. I took the masket off because I had put that shadow behind it. So this side of the tree is going to be lighter than the other side because where my light source is. So I put in a lighter color first, maybe even a little darker. And because everything's still a little damp, kind of take advantage. It kind of bleeds. It helps to give a more rounded effect. We can put in, if we want to, just some weeds, rocks. We can put some around here, and I'm just going to keep on doing this. Just hints of whatever, stones, little weeds. I don't want to overdo it, which I think I did in that one. We have our tree, our pine tree that has snow on the limbs. So I'm just using a kind of a dark hooker's green, and to make it darker, I put a little light red mixed in. It's just to give an indication of a snow-covered pine tree there. And I usually like to have a dark line under the eaves, and also around the pond. Okay, we're just about ready to put in the windows, but first I think I want to darken this tree. Use a little my shadow color. Now, this style of painting is what they call loose, meaning I don't spend a lot of time on every little piece of bark or every little stone. It's just to give indications. And also I just want to give indications because I don't want the viewer to spend too much time looking at that tree. This is a scene about the house, which is why I have the sky aiming to it. And also you'll notice this angle here aims to it. So it's almost like you have a Z effect. A Z effect in a painting gives it excitement and energy and interest. Okay, now I'll show you how to do the windows. You can just use Payne's Gray, and we're just going to give hints of windows. Just with this black. So I'm not painting the windows, in detail, just these little black spots serve little black panes, make a nice effect. In an old house like this, you get the idea that there's windows there. That's all I'm trying to do, is give the impression. Same in the front here. And these little dormers get a couple little panes. So it's pretty easy to put in this window effect. Wherever I want to put a little window. Okay, now the final thing we're going to do, and then I'm going to call this painting 99% done. We're going to remove this masket, reveal the whitest snow in the painting. Put some on this tree. I put a little bit on the top of this wall, just a little strip. Okay, now the only thing left for me to do is I want to look at it overnight before I sign it, make sure everything's the way I want it, and then that'll be it. Oh, thank you. Thanks for being a part of this. This was my first time painting in public, and I feel like it worked out pretty well. I appreciate your support, and like I said, we're going to call that painting finished for now, and then I need to sit with it for a day or so, and then we'll have another next video. I'm going to show you what it looks like, at least matted, maybe framed, and we'll go over everything that made it the way it turned out.